Well, this year we're celebrating the passage of the 19th Amendment, giving women throughout the U.S. the right to vote. As part of that, the Molly Brown House Museum welcomes Colorado artist Melody Epperson and her art depicting American suffragists. Here to tell us more is the artist herself. Melody, so great to have you on Colorado and Company. And I understand your art is currently exhibited at the Molly Brown House Museum. So what is this new exhibit all about?
Well, 101 years ago, women were finally granted the right to vote. And this being the March being Women's History Month, we have decided to feature a series of portraits that I painted of women rights individuals. We are depicting a tea party where it's the method that the suffragists liked to use to have discussions in a way that was allowed socially. So each table has invited guests. Throughout history, they will be having these imagined conversations about whatever questions that the viewer brings. And there'll be 17 people in all. And there'll also be some tools for revolution, which I have created, which are repurposed domestic tools that provide help for the women in their movement.
What a unique way to exhibit the suffragists of that time. And that's just really interesting. And so can you describe your art for us, and what medium do you use to create them?
Yeah, they're all portraits, and I use encaustic wax. And encaustic is hot wax, and it's a very, very ancient form of painting from the first 3 centuries. And you have to heat the wax in order to apply it. Encaustic actually means to burn.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. They look gorgeous. I can see some behind you. Now, what are some of the images that folks will see in the exhibit? Can you explain them?
Yeah, you will see a series of a lot of suffragists who helped bring about the 19th Amendment, like Susan B. Anthony. And you'll also see some local people, like, of course, Molly Brown. And it will be in the Molly Brown House, which is a really delightful application for this, because Molly Brown was very active in the national campaign for the 19th Amendment.
Sure.
And she was also very socially active in lots of ways.
Well, I'm sure the suffragists of the 20th century would surely appreciate you reminding the 21st century of their activism. That's pretty cool. So what other takeaway do you hope folks have from this experience?
I am hoping that the viewer will be able to use their imagination when they come to this show to allow the past, the history, to speak to the present time. And there are some really significant people in Colorado that will be featured here. We have Elizabeth Inslee, and she was one of the women who helped to bring in the Black male vote. And you'll also see Carrie Chapman Catt, who was one of the final women who brought the winning plan and allowed the 19th Amendment to pass.
It's great that you're highlighting Colorado women who have also provided so much history for us. And so can folks purchase the art? It looks beautiful, like I said, and more importantly, how can they even see this exhibit?
Yeah, you can purchase the art. The way that you can see the exhibit is to just purchase your normal ticket from the Molly Brown House, and you'll get to see the Molly Brown House Museum as well. And then this exhibit will be up only and through the 14th of March, but the art is available for purchase through my webpage, melodyepperson.com.
Beautiful. Well, of course, the Molly Brown House, a historic Denver landmark with so much history, and exhibits like this one from Melody Epperson. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Celebrate women and the American suffrage movement with the Molly Brown House Museum. The art will be on display through March 14th. Learn more at mollybrown.org.